You're standing across the room from somebody, but something's off. You're not sure why at first, and then it hits you. One of their eyes is blue, the other brown, or green, or gray. Not just light playing tricks, different colors. It could be in separate eyes, it could be in the same eye. It's called heterochromia. Heterochromia iridium means different colored irises. It's rare. Fewer than 200,000 people in the United States are believed to have it. Most cases are congenital, meaning a person's born with it. It's caused by a difference in melanin, the pigment that gives your color to the skin, the hair, the eyes. Brown eyes have more melanin. Blue eyes have less. When melanin doesn't spread evenly across the iris, the colors can actually split. There are 3 types. Complete heterochromia. It means each eye is a different color. Then there's sectoral heterochromia. It shows up as a slice or a wedge of different color inside one eye. And then there's central heterochromia. It creates rings, usually golden or hazel around the pupil, surrounded by another color. That one's often mistaken for hazel, but it's something entirely different. The condition can show up in newborns, but may fade with age. Infant eye color, it's not stable at birth. Melanin levels can change in the first year, and that's why heterochromia, detected early, might disappear later, or it may appear later. Around 75% of newborns with blue eyes will develop a different color by the end of the first year. Acquired heterochromia is a different matter. It can be caused by blunt trauma, bleeding inside the eye, chronic inflammation, or even neurological conditions like Horner syndrome. Certain medications used in glaucoma treatment, especially latanoprost or bimatoprost, it can increase melanin production and darken the iris over time. Laser eye procedures, even tumors inside the eye, have also been known to trigger pigment changes. And not every case is true heterochromia. David Bowie is one of the most famous examples. His left pupil was permanently enlarged after a fight at age 15. It made the eye appear darker, but the irises were actually the same color. The condition is called anisocoria, unequal pupils. It affects about 1 in 5 people, but usually not as dramatically. In animals, this part doesn't raise eyebrows. Huskies, Australian shepherds, and even border collies carry the trait genetically. In white cats, especially those with the W gene, heterochromia is very common and often paired with partial deafness in the ear on the blue-eyed side. That's a real anatomical link. Blue-eyed cats with one deaf ear. They've been studied in veterinary medicine since the 1970s. The Angora cat, or Ankara kedisi from Turkey, over in its capital Ankara, is one of the oldest naturally occurring breeds with consistent heterochromia. In Turkish tradition, the odd-eyed white Angora is seen as a national treasure. One cat named Van Kedisi was even kept at the presidential palace. People haven't always been so kind, though. In parts of medieval Europe, a person with mismatched eyes might be accused of witchcraft, or worse. There were folk tales that said one eye looked into our world and the other into the next. It wasn't science at all. It was suspicion. Today, we know better. Heterochromia is almost always harmless, and it doesn't change how a person sees. It doesn't affect eyesight or perception. It's just pigment, just a variance in the instructions that our cells follow when building color. Not every case is the same, and not every example is medical. Some just live with it. Actress Kate Bosworth, she has one blue eye and one that's part blue, part hazel. It's real heterochromia, sectoral and visible on every close-up. The same goes for Christopher Walken and Jane Seymour. None of them made it part of their identity. They just showed up with it, and the world noticed. But if you've ever looked at someone in the eye, and you've seen two stories staring back, one from each side. Oh, you remember that. And sometimes it's two different colors and two different eyes. Other times it's both colors in the same eye. And either way, it stops you dead in your tracks for just a second. We expect faces to match, eyes to mirror each other. But every now and then, nature says, we're going to be doing something different. And guess what? It turns out to be beautiful. These are Interesting Things with JC.